Good morning and thanks for joining us for KBUI 2 News Midday. I'm Rick Douglas. Now to your top 11 stories at 11. New this morning, crews from Idaho Power were called to Rose Hill and Shoshone in Boise after downed wires led to an outage that hit much of the Boise bench. At its peak, the outage affected nearly 2,500 customers, covering a service area roughly from Vista and Overland south to the depot, west to Latah, east into the Boise State area, and University Boulevard to Targhee. A company spokesman expected everyone would be back online by now. He said an equipment malfunction caused the lines to drop. A gas leak early this morning prompted the evacuation of 9 homes in the vicinity of Franklin and Orchard in Boise. Firefighters say about 1:30, a woman swerved her car to avoid hitting a cat and instead hit the gas line in a Fred Meyer parking lot. After the collision, neighbors within a several block radius said they could smell the gas and called 911.
Well, we were just sitting in the living room playing guitar and heard a loud hissing noise. We weren't really sure what it was, so we thought we'd walk out and check it out.
Intermountain gas crews were able to get the gas turned off several hours after the crash. Firefighters say the woman in the vehicle was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. A standoff in Nampa ends after police used tear gas on a robbery suspect who had locked himself inside a house in the 500 block of 16th Avenue. Reportedly, he had several weapons. Negotiators tried several times to communicate with the man, but he wouldn't talk. After more than 7 hours, police used tear gas to disable the suspect and then arrested him inside the house. No one was injured. An 18-month-old boy is dead after he fell into a canal yesterday near Kuna. Now investigators are trying to piece together how the boy ended up in the canal in the first place. Deputies say one of the family members noticed the boy wasn't with the other children and began searching for him. Rescuers performed CPR until paramedics arrived. The boy was taken to St. Luke's and Meridian, where he later died. Canal officials say the biggest danger with canals right now is the water's temperature.
Temperature is definitely going to be dangerous. 50 degrees, if you're in there very long, it's going to limit your mobility.
Canal officials caution parents to keep kids away from canals at all times. They also say higher flows will begin soon, creating faster currents and making canals especially dangerous. A Listeria outbreak forces Bluebell to expand a recall. Retailers in 23 states are forced to pull all the company's products from store shelves. Bluebell's CEO, Paul Cruz, issued an apology last night. While he says he doesn't yet know how the bacteria got into his facilities, he said he is determined to fix the problem. The illness was tracked to production lines in Texas and Oklahoma. Boise author Tony Doerr has won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Doerr's novel, All the Light We Cannot See, was selected by the judges for what they deemed its imaginative and intricate storytelling. The World War II novel has been a top seller for the past year. Doerr got the news in Paris, where he's overseeing a French translation of his novel. A concerned KBUI viewer noticed concrete missing on the connector bridge between West Fairview Avenue and the old Greenbelt footbridge and sent us these photos. But when we contacted ITD about the issue, the agency said the bridge is not unsafe. However, they do plan to fix it this summer as part of a 10-bridge maintenance project.
We are aware of that concern. The structure of that bridge is not compromised. As a part of maintenance this summer, work will address the photos that you saw that appear to show part of the bridge compromised. In fact, it is not compromised at all.
The project is expected to extend the lifespan of the 10 bridges. Other bridges slated for repair include the Orchard Overpass and the connector over Cole Road. Fire officials in Oregon this morning say a condo complex southeast of Mount Hood is a total loss after a 3-alarm fire, and that fire will likely burn for several more days. Crews used more than 1 million gallons of water, and as a result, some homes and businesses had very low water pressure last night, preventing the use of sinks and toilets. Investigators are still looking into a cause. The 30 condos in the government camp complex are made of wood and were built back in the 1960s. The designer of an American icon has died. Betty Whitehead Willis, created the iconic Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign that you see here. She passed away over the weekend at the age of 91. Willis was the artist behind many other well-known neon displays in Vegas. Now, she refused to trademark her most famous work, calling it her gift to the city. In Boston, about a dozen anti-death penalty protesters are demonstrating outside a federal courthouse as a jury inside gets ready to hear evidence on what punishment Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev should receive. Judge George O'Toole told jurors they must keep an open mind on sentencing, but he cautioned that if even one of them votes against the death penalty, Tsarnaev automatically will be sentenced to life in prison. A high-tech Japanese train, already the fastest in the world, today broke its own speed record. Operator JR Central said the train reached 375 miles an hour on a test run. Its previous record was 361 miles an hour. That was set back in 2003. Unlike Japan's famous bullet trains that run on steel rails, the magnetic levitation or maglev trains hover above the rails, suspended by powerful magnets.